Hey guys, so I mentioned I've been doing these challenges for the past 30 days or the past month, and I started with not having any coffee for 30 days, which was a really hard challenge for me. I also did a 30-day no alcohol challenge, so absolutely no beer, no gin, no red wine, no sangria, nothing for 30 days. To be honest, it wasn't so bad. Losing the coffee for 30 days is much worse. That was harder. It was a lot harder to stop drinking coffee than to stop drinking any alcohol for 30 days. I find that not having my coffee in the morning was more sad than not grabbing a drink with my friends or with my family, because to be honest, everybody's very busy right now. A coffee is me time for me, but drinking, although it's also me time for me, it's more about socializing with friends and family for me now. And it's hard to find people who would match your schedule anyway. And I've been pushing back some meetups because I've been really busy these days. So it was easier for me to not have alcohol. I know I just posted a vlog about me having my own mini bar in my unit, and I'm gonna link that video here. It's not that hard because when I see them, I'm happy that they're there with me, like every day. Like they're all there, my Jack Daniel, my Johnny Walker, my Jim Beam, my Bombay Sapphire, and my Tanqueray, they're all there, and my aromatics are all there. But they're pretty right there. They don't tempt me at all. Even the occasional red wine, I can shake it off. It's okay. So let's discuss about the pros and cons of my 30 days no alcohol diet. So the pros, of course, same with coffee, it is less expense for me. Instead of me having to, not just going out, instead of me having to make a run for a bottle of red wine, because heaven knows where I live, everything is very accessible. I've made a life of myself this way, and this is why everything is so easy for me to lose money. All the reasons. So I have a store neighbor where all the kinds of alcohol is being sold. So it's a liquor store. I am living right beside a liquor store, and it's so much easy for me to make a run for a bottle of red wine. But because I cannot drink for 30 days, that's less expense for me. So maybe I was downing about a bottle of red wine a week at least, and sometimes it's even 2 bottles or 3 bottles a week. So it wasn't good that I've been spending. Sometimes I would drop buy an expensive bottle just because it's a very special Friday night, and I'm just sharing it with myself. So the next thing I knew, I've downed the entire bottle by myself. So that was a lot of savings for me for 30 days, even for just 30 days. And also, when I'm hanging out with my friends and I'm having dinner, of course everybody will order dinner, and I can just keep to myself with just dinner, not having to order a cocktail or a glass of red wine anymore. So that's savings, guys, savings. Second, my friends noticed that I became visually thinner. My intention is not to prove to you how much I've lost. I never really weighed myself. I never really measured myself. But my friends that I haven't seen for at least a week or two would tell me that I look visually thinner. So which brings me to think that alcohol bloats me, especially my face and my arms. So I feel like it actually contributed to that. And there is one thing that my friends don't see, is that here on the top part of my tummy, I feel bloated every time I'm finishing a bottle of red wine. I guess maybe it's the sugar content of red wine that makes me feel like I have a really big chunk of fat here in my front upper tummy. And I've not exactly lost that, but it became less big less pronounced when I stop drinking alcohol for 30 days. So the third one is that it supports my intermittent fasting, and I've been doing intermittent fasting for more than 2 years now. It is the only diet, no, it's not diet, but it's the only way of living or the way of eating that supports my lifestyle right now. I can't really go on full paleo, although God knows I'm trying. I've been 2 weeks on a not very restrictive paleo diet, but mainly majorly leaning towards paleo. But I feel like with not drinking alcohol, it supports my intermittent fasting, because instead of me having to pour a glass of wine before I go to sleep, or pour a glass of or shaking a cocktail, a gin and tonic during my Netflix moment, I don't need to do that anymore, because I can just finish a Netflix and get some water. So sometimes I would just have a tonic water with no sugar, and rather than adding any alcohol, I'd put some fruit juice, some lemon, and some slices of orange. It feels so refreshing. So it's actually something that's good. But if I really want to go IF, like intermittent fasting, and I don't want to eat any calories for my fasting period, the tonic water or the water is enough. So I don't need to count that number of hours that I'm watching Netflix or spending time with myself, just playing Mobile Legends or whatever. I don't need to worry about that, because I'm for sure gonna be able to fast for 12 or 16 hours anyway, because I'm not drinking any alcohol. So the fourth one is that it's overall healthy. It's very healthy, and God knows it's really bad to be drinking a lot of alcohol. It's not the way of life. A little bit here and there is nice, but having it on a regular basis and in huge amounts is not good. I've never been like super drunk for a long time. I really stay away from being super drunk, because it makes me really unproductive the next day. Like the entire day is lost because I'm drunk the day before, so I really avoid. But I think my occasional drinking should also be tapered, because it came to a point where it has become unhealthy for me. And not just accumulating sugar in my body, I've also noticed that it slows down my metabolism. And even if I do a lot of workout and I minimize my snacking and I do IF, I notice that it just doesn't work. So with minimizing your alcohol intake, I saw by visual inspection, I saw the results of my hard work. So I would do a little bit of exercise every day, a little bit of body weight, a little bit of some cardio like treadmill and all that. And I stopped dancing because my gym closed, and it's just so annoying. But I did like stuff, and I incorporated walking into my life. And I don't get disappointed, because when I stopped drinking for 30 days, I noticed that it's easier to see results when you're taking out alcohol from your diet. When you take out alcohol from your diet, it kind of aids in seeing. It makes you see the results much faster. You don't get disappointed, because you become visually thinner, and it's a really good thing. Okay, the cons about not having alcohol for 30 days. First is that you tend to eat. Sometimes, of course, I know that I don't need to worry about ordering a glass of wine after dinner with my friends or with my family. But sometimes, because they're like taking something, they have their own drink with them, you tend to like order like an appetizer or something, just so that you can socialize and make them look like you're sharing a meal, a drink with them, but you're actually eating something. And of course, you can avoid yourself from falling into that trap, but it's a tendency, and I'm saying that you can get tempted with that, and that's one of the temptations. And second is like sometimes you don't want to socialize because there are just some night outs that are not meant for dinner. They're just meant for drinking. And if you already know that the intention was just to drink, that's a problem. You just have to say no and say, oh, I can't make it because of something, make up your own stories and all that, but actually it's because you feel bad because everybody's drinking and you can't. But I'm telling you already that there are other ways. My friend Jinya, she went on a 69-day no alcohol diet and was really good for her, and she never really had any health problems, or she never really had any diet issues. It was just a challenge that she stretched at first, supposedly for just 60 days, but she realized, it's really not something that's too hard to do. And mine was linked with my hyperacidity because I don't want to blame alcohol. Of course, it was part of the culprit. So I had to take it out, and also because alcohol increases my body temperature and hence causes me to have heat hives in the very, very hot temperature of the Philippines. So I had to take that out. But with Virginia, there wasn't any problem at all. And then she said, it's very easy. And I thought, why not? Why don't I do the same thing and challenge myself? And I've been really dependent with alcohol for the since this year started, I think, or even last year, because I'm so in love with red wine. I'm so in love with my gin mixes, and I make my own mixes. And my family just loves, spending time together, talking over bourbon or a Johnny Walker, and I've been tinkering with gin for the past 6 months, and hence I have my own mini bar at home, and I have my own mini bars at home, like both sides of the wall I have a mini bar. So yeah, but it's nice to be able to challenge yourself. Like I said, it's not that hard. It's harder to have that 30-day no coffee diet. It's much harder. I kid you not, it's much harder. So there you have it. Those are my thoughts about me going on a 30-day no alcohol diet. It can be done. You can do it. It's a very good detox challenge for yourself, and also a nice way for you to, bring back that healthy lifestyle without thinking that it's going to be forever and it's going to be sad forever. You can maybe you're asking, how can you find ways to still socialize without drinking? What Jinya and I have been doing is purchasing tonic water. She loves the Schweppes that has sugar in it, the yellow one, while I love the black, which was the soda water. It doesn't have any sugar at all. It doesn't have any calories. It's just carbonated water. It's just that. So I drink that. I still put the aromatics, the cardamom, the peppercorns, the cucumber, the lemon slices, but other than that, it looks like I'm drinking something, like a gin concoction, but actually it's just water. And the good thing about it is you can actually enjoy the entire night without being drunk at all. So it can be done. You can do it. We've been doing it for like Jinya for 2 months straight, and me for a month, and we're still hanging out in the same bars. We're still going out. We're still meeting up, and I'd have my dinner, she'd have her dinner. We'll both have our tonic, and pretending that, because we do bottle keeping, and we'll still have the bottle in front of us, but it's just for show. We don't drink it because it's still mine. It's still there. It's still waiting for me to come back, but during the 30 days I didn't drink it. So there you have it. It's possible. You can do it. It has a lot of benefits, and I recommend you do it even for just 30 days. It's not gonna kill you. It will actually jumpstart all the hard work that you're doing if you're going for a healthy lifestyle, or you're trying to make sure that you develop those muscles, or you minimize the fat, or you visually look thinner. I highly recommend that you do it even for just 30 days. And if you can stretch it for more, why not? Or you come back to it, which is what I did. I came back to it, but I found myself limiting the alcohol intake when before I would have a drink or two at night. Now I limit myself to just having it for like every Monday nights or just maybe once or twice a week of red wine. So there you have it. If this review has been helpful for you about my 30-day no alcohol diet, please click the thumbs up button and leave a comment if you have questions. I'll make sure to get back to you. Thanks a lot for watching and hope to see you again in my next film. Bye!